Okay, so we're out here with the 97 Monte Carlo. I may have called it a 98, but it's a 97 because of the 3.4 liter motor that's in it. But we're going to go over and check this thing out. It did great, other than the engine. But that's besides the point. But here it is. Welds broke loose. Still got a tire, but you can kind of see it's a little crumpled in there, but it's per se still straight. It can be straightened out a little bit. I've been looking at it here for a few, but I cut this weld off. Wow, kids are playing hard today. Not mine. But I'll cut this weld off here, unbolt it. Another bolt back here. These are stock bolts. Should have replaced them with some TSC bolts. Cut these welds off and pull this bumper off. Same on the other side. And then straighten out these mountings. And then we'll put a new bumper on there and bolt it in. Because I think the next show, probably next year, I can't weld on the bumper. But I'll get these all straightened out the best I can. That one looks pretty decent too. I could probably do something with it. I've been thinking about it for a few days, just haven't really got in and looked at it. Okay. Straighten out that box. Lost a tire over here. And the other thing is that wheel is cocked in there a little bit. And this one is straight. And I've been looking at the tie rod and I don't see anything wrong with the tie rod. Not quite understanding that. Had me a passenger. He lived. Kind of got stoved in right over here pretty good. Let's see if I go to the other side of the trailer. But yeah, she held up pretty darn good. I actually don't have my truck hooked up, so I can't take the winch off, but everything in the engine compartment is in excellent condition. Never looked like anything really moved. Put the computer up here. Took it across with the good old plumber's bracing. It actually rocks back and forth, but it's actually being held in place where it doesn't move by the hood. We wrinkled it up and duct taped it. The back end, I'd say it packed in decent, but you know, the bumper kind of curled up and under, but you know, that's no real big deal. Hopefully I can get with a friend and use a bobcat or something and curl that back up. Probably get rid of the deck lid on the next go around. No rupture to the fuel tank since it's still in stock location. Now you can kind of see where that's stoved in. I'm gonna get that pulled out. I'll probably either take the porta power in here or cut a little hole right about there and then pull it out with a winch. But yeah, that's the inside of the car. What took this car out was engine problems. I didn't work on the engine. It had a misfire in cylinder number 1. I don't know why I didn't take my time and replace spark plugs and wires. I could have probably, most likely, gotten into the money, if not won. I don't know. You just never know. Derbies are fun. Yeah, it just kept loading up, and I would rev it out and get the tach to come up and the engine power out, and I throw it into drive and nothing. Put it in neutral, rev it back out. I throw it in reverse for a second time, and then it would go, and then you go in back to drive, and then you're back out and track hitting. But for some reason, that all of a sudden stopped after a few times of that method. Never got hot. Still got radiator fluid in the radiator. There's nothing wrong with the cooling system. Replaced the thermostat before I went out to the Derby. Probably was a wise decision. Wish I would have took the time and changed out the spark plugs. So we'll probably be this Friday getting this car ready for next year, and then getting it ready to store it over the winter. We'll take the roof sign off and cover this thing up and bring her out next spring. So I have yet to find any videos. It was a really good Derby. I think there was like 100 cars there, possibly. I'm not real sure on the car count, but there was 35 in my heat, and I placed somewhere between 10th and 5th. Don't know where. It was a good Derby. The only thing was I think sucked is it was a bad announcer. You didn't know what was going on, really. That's something. You knew what was going on, but you didn't know what was going on during the Derby. So, but I think that's all I got for right now. So, the video is what it is, and you know what? I'll catch you on the flip side. So later on, and hopefully this Friday we'll get some more video on this. So, later.